So, I've had an interesting couple of weeks, and not a couple of weeks that I would have chosen. After what seemed to be a niggle in my right leg and right glute, it was just causing me a bit of concern. Not stopping me doing anything, but I was having to warm up really well before I ran, and got to the point where I went to the physio because I was a little bit concerned. And then after the weekend, ended up not being able to walk in what I can only describe as the worst pain I've ever had, going down my right leg. No way I could walk. I've been taking Brufen and paracetamol and they weren't touching it, so we ended up in A&E. And after 2 weeks of, again, the first week I don't really remember because the drugs they were giving me knocked me out. So I lost a week of my life. The second week was slightly better, although when I talked to my friends and my husband who have been looking after me, I wasn't my normal self and was away with the fairies for quite a lot of the time. I'm pleased to say that we've now got the pain in my leg under control and I am more mobile. Off work, can't drive, and had an MRI scan today and saw the consultant, and they have diagnosed a prolapsed disc, which is what we suspected. At least it's not anything more sinister, and the prognosis is good because I am apparently responding quite well with improved movement and with keeping the pain under control. So it's a waiting game and a case of working through it. So, what I thought I'd do, Cerin has taken advantage of his ruptured Achilles situation to share his rehabilitation with you. And rather than do a written account, I thought I'd do a video blog for you, a bit of a different way of sharing my experience and telling my story. And the idea is that hopefully you'll be able to learn from my experience and some of the situations I found myself in, and maybe use them not in a situation I'm hoping that you end up with a prolapsed disc or a ruptured Achilles, but just when things perhaps aren't going quite so well and you can reflect on what we've learnt and maybe use some of that experience to help you, and also to share some of the good experiences because it hasn't all been bad. We are looking at ways that I can continue to work out and be a bit creative, because as Mr. Rees always says, there is always a plan B. So watch out for my updates as we go through this waiting game, and we'll see what happens. I'd be interested in sharing your thoughts. I'll speak to you soon.